So you're going to send someone to hunt me down when I'm out? No. I've already said that I, Wyvern Castle, am the best of the best, and I won't go after you, but someone else, such as the Black Turban Killer who came a few days ago. You mean to buy a killer to kill me with money? It's okay. Xiaoxie pretended to be again, okay. How can I live? The castle lord smiled. There is only one situation, that is, you are in the situation when you have just arrived at the Flying Dragon Castle. You are really Yang Xiaoxie. You don't have a brother locked up here. You don't know my secret. At this time, the decent Wyvern Castle will let you out, but unfortunately time will not be turned back, and the situation will not be reborn. Castle Master, your people are evil. The castle lord smiled. I and the Flying Dragon Castle should be separated. I can change, but the Flying Dragon Castle can't be changed. I can secretly kill you, and the Flying Dragon Castle can't. I am evil, because I want to maintain my secret, like Han Xin killing the woodcutter. Can you say that Han Xin is evil? He's here to save his life. The castle lord said, I am also here to save my life. As long as Han Xin does the right thing in the future, people will still praise him, and I will also do the right thing in the future. Don't you think it's worth sacrificing for me? Xiaoxie scolded secretly. Fuck, this old man has so many reasons. Maybe he forgot to run if he continues. He said, I hope you will be like Han Xin in the future. The castle lord raised his eyebrows and said, of course, I want to make the Wyvern Castle the most decent of the decency. Xiaoxie smiled and said, okay. As long as the Flying Dragon Castle is decent, it doesn't matter if you die or not. Be your Han Xin. Slowly strolled to the window, then beckoned, and in a flash, he had hit the window. Wow, why is Grandma still so tight? He tried to break the bar, but unexpectedly didn't. Before the castle lord noticed her, she smiled and said, Young Master Yang, do you want to hit the wall and die? Xiao Ye touched his head and smiled bitterly, yes, I'll hit it again. Saying that, he took 3 steps back, and shouted that the person had hit the iron bar like 1,000 caddies of stone, and cocked twice. This time it had been broken by Xiao Evil. The castle lord was shocked and wanted to attack him, but unfortunately the iron gate was in front of him, and he immediately drew his long sword and shouted angrily, escape there! Whew! The sword was already shooting towards the window like a crossbow. Xiaoxie jumped out of the window and did not immediately jump towards the Yellow River, but copied the corner of the window, and his figure hung in the air of the cliff. The long sword flew straight in. He only shrank his head slightly to avoid it. He stretched out his right hand and waved it at Wei Yuxuan. Castle Master, goodbye. Don't worry, I won't tell the secret, because you are a decent, and I will be a madman when I say it. The lord of the castle thought, does this boy really think that he can survive by jumping down from a cliff to the rapids? He was powerless to stop it, so he might as well be generous and say, take care. Xiaoxie smiled and said, I'm catching fish, bye. As soon as his hands were loosened, he had already poured down like a daypen bird, and it took a lot of tea to fall into the turbulence of the Yellow River and sink to the bottom of the river. As soon as the little evil fell to the bottom of the river, he was already flowing down with the current. From time to time, he shouted, Mom, I can't see it. It turns out that the water of the Yellow River is all yellow mud, turbid and abnormal, and the little evil opens his eyes to be yellow, but he is the second in the world in water kung fu, and when he gets out of the water, he knows how the water flows, and he can swim with his eyes closed. Although the water potential of the Yellow River is surging up, it is still a big gap compared to the Mota Lake. Xiaoxie took off his coat, only wearing a tight short water lean, and thought, okay. I should find a place to make some money, fucking these days I have been losing. Leprosy 10+3 levels, wash and clean in the Yellow River. Who said that jumping into the Yellow River can't be washed? This is nonsense. Xiaoxie proved one thing that can still be washed away by jumping into the Yellow River. Going down the river, he found a tributary, so he turned to the tributary and swam away, and soon a stone bridge appeared in front of him, and he thought that there must be people on the bridge, and he climbed up to the bridge deck, and the sky was near. Xiaoxie stretched his waist and said to himself, I don't know how Wei Yuxuan made up that window. Ha ha. He thought of Wei Yuxuan's surprised look at that time, and he wanted to laugh. Following the path, he had found a small village, stolen a suit of clothes and put it on his body, and found a small temple, where he had fallen asleep without a hitch. Since the little evil went to the Flying Dragon Castle, he has been a human for the second time. If it weren't for him, he would have died in the hands of Wei Yuxuan. Xiaoye knows that the Flying Dragon Castle hides many secrets, and these secrets are from the castle owner alone, as Wei Yuxuan said, to turn the Flying Dragon Castle into the decency of the decency. These costs are considerable, but it is not bad to be decent. Why do you want to be the most decent of the decency? There must be a reason for everything. Maybe it's Wei Yuxuan's own wish. Maybe it's... These are all things that Xiaoxie wants to know, although he knows that this is the fake castle master now, but he thinks that as long as he is doing the right thing, who should be the same? Xiaoxie is just interested and curious. He doesn't care about the weirdness of the rivers and lakes. He will pay a little if he has the opportunity, forget it if he doesn't have a chance. He still wants to do his old job and play dice happily, and happily escape from the rivers and lakes to live his free life.